Henry Fonda, Gerald Ford, Andy Roddick, Warren Buffett, Malcolm X. They're all very successful men, and they have one thing in common, and that's they're proud to call themselves Nebraskans. I'm sure some of you are surprised that they're from Nebraska, but I'm sure you're even more shocked that they're proud of it. You know, I was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska, and I come down here. Every time I tell someone I'm from Nebraska, they're shocked, they're repulsed, they laugh, they scoff, they kid. So I mean, they're like, "Oh, Jim, how'd you get down here? Did you? They don't have planes. Did you take your horse and buggy?" I'm like, no. Did you? How'd you get back from spring break? Did you go through your wardrobe in your dorm room? But you know, it doesn't matter. I don't care what they say because they don't know. They don't know what it's like to be a Nebraskan. They don't know what it's like to grow up in Nebraska. And so that's why I'm here today. I'm here to tell you how being a Nebraskan is important to me, and how it's helped me have a foundation both intellectually and ethically. You know, despite popular belief, Nebraska is a great place to be. It's very laid back. It's a great place to grow up, which ironically leads me to my first point. Nebraska has nothing to do. There are no beaches to build sandcastles on. There are no mountains to hike. There are no oceans to swim in. There are no lakes to jet ski in. You really need to use your creativity and your imagination to keep your sanity. So, first half of my life was dedicated to Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and video games, like much of the kids of my age. But those are just fads. They came and went. So, by middle school, me and my friends were desperate. We were desperate, you know, to do something. We were desperate to have something to do and to keep ourselves entertained. So, out of our desperateness, we went to the library. We read, I guess. We learned, and you know, call it nerdy, call it whatever you want, but it was fun. We enjoyed it, and all throughout high school, we got together. We talked about philosophy, we talked about religion, we talked about world politics, and it was great. It was great, and to this day, I consider myself to be an intellectual. I enjoy reading. I have an unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and I attribute the fact the fact that Nebraska has nothing to do. But you know, that's just skin deep. I believe that living in Nebraska, living in the Midwest in general, they have a core set of ethics that you have to live by. You know, much different from the West Coast. Actually, much similar to South Carolina. I was surprised. But you know, every day before I went to school, my mom always told me, help those who need help, and you know, comfort those who are lonely. And it made me happy. I did it. But as a kid, I was like, oh, Mom, that's weird. They're gonna call me loser. I don't want to do that. But you know, looking back at it, it's really a valuable value to have, to be so compassionate, to want to help people. And you know, I hope I have that value for the rest of my life. And I also attribute that to the fact that I grew up in the Midwest. You know, I wish I had more time to talk to you more about it because I mean, it means a lot to me. But you know, Nebraska is a great place. It's a great place to grow up, and it's made me who I am today, both the intellectual and the caring person I am. So next time you meet a Nebraskan, or if you ever meet another Nebraskan, you know, talk to them, get to know them. They're probably as nerdy and carefree as I am. Thank you for listening.